Hey everyone, we are Leen and Wim, a couple from Belgium. We have set out on an epic cycling journey from Belgium all the way down to the southern tip of Spain, over 2,750 kilometers in 32 days. Join us in our video diary as we ride through stunning landscapes, tackle challenges and experience all the surprises along the way. Subscribe and hop on for the ride of a lifetime. Last night Wim rigged up a tripwire around our bikes and tied the bags that couldn't fit in the front end securely to the frame of our tent. This way, no one could sneak off with our belongings unnoticed. Always cautious, he also placed our little can of pepper spray within arm's reach. After all, you never know. We had just settled into our sleeping bags when we heard movement outside. The unsettling part? They weren't alone. Sounds came from all directions around the tent. It was clear they'd been watching, waiting for the perfect moment when we were sound asleep. But these nocturnal visitors weren't after money or bicycles. No, their target was far humbler. The scraps of food in our little garbage bag. Who were these sneaky foragers? Deer or wild boars perhaps? Or just squirrels, hares or mice? We'll never know, but not a single one tripped over Wim's carefully placed wire. After breakfast, we navigate our way through the dense forest back toward the path. Though we have left behind the 8-armed crossroads that defined yesterday's woods, we soon stumble upon another oversized intersection. But this time there is no charming white signpost to guide us. Instead, a small friendly man stands in the middle of the crossroads, urging us to hurry. Vite, ils vont passer! Quick, they are coming, he calls out. Curious, I ask him what he means. He explains that the forests surrounding the Château de Chantilly come alive every morning from 6 to 12, as jockeys, the heroes of the racetrack, train here, building their stamina and perfecting their craft. Before long, we hear the thunder of hooves. We quickly pull our bikes aside and find front row seats to this unexpected spectacle. Suddenly they appear, a whirlwind of power and grace. Horses snort, their hooves kick up clouds of dirt, and their riders focus intensely ahead. As swiftly as they arrive, they vanish again. What a breathtaking start of the day. The rest of the day unfolds at a similarly brisk pace. We ride over bumpy field paths, up a little hill and down again. was a remarkably well-preserved old wash house. These charming old wash houses are called lavoirs in French. Built mostly in the 18th and 19th centuries, these wash houses were once the heartbeat of rural communities. This one, like so many others, would have been a place where local women gathered to scrub clothes clean in the cool running water. Funded by the government after the French Revolution, lavoirs were part of a nationwide effort to improve public hygiene. Diseases like cholera and typhoid were spreading rapidly, and poor sanitation was a significant cause. To combat this, the government funded the building of wash houses as part of a broader effort to improve living conditions and promote health. Further along, I can hardly keep my eyes on the path. Every 2 minutes or so, another plane roars just overhead, taking off from Charles de Gaulle Airport. There are so many planes that I can't help but wonder if they are stuck in a traffic jam up there. In a peaceful village just before Paris, we sit on a bench in front of the picturesque town hall to eat a nectarine. It feels like the last tranquil moment before the chaos of Paris will descend upon us.
Ik zag gelukkig net op tijd dat onze fietsroute dwars door Saint-Denis zou lopen. Saint-Denis is nu niet echt de meest charmante voorstad van Parijs. Er is veel armoede en bijgevolg is er ook veel criminaliteit. Ja, dus het is niet echt de ideale plaats om door te fietsen. Dus hadden we besloten om als alternatief meer oostelijk te blijven en zo Parijs binnen te fietsen. Maar goed dat we dat gedaan hebben, want die route was echt wel mooi, langs een rustig kanaal, mooi fietspad, echt zalig fietsen.
As we paddle along the Seine, the city's beauty unfolds, but so does the urban frenzy. The closer we get to the Eiffel Tower, the more I feel the creeping ache of saddle sores, mirroring the intensifying urban chaos. Paris, though undeniably stunning, isn't where my heart is today. Or any day, really. Cities have never been my thing. We navigate countless traffic lights, riding on surprisingly decent bike lanes, but every bump in the road reminds me of the pain in my seat. Determined, I aim for at least one triumph, a photo with the Eiffel Tower. But luck isn't on our side. The square is barricaded with large wooden panels for the ongoing Paralympic Games. A little disappointed? Sure, but it's not the end of the world. In truth, we have always been cultural barbarians, and the view of the Eiffel Tower was never our ultimate goal. Before leaving Paris, we decide to solve a small problem. Wim's sleeping mat had started leaking, and he replaced it with a simple, inexpensive one. While it works, it's not very comfortable. Knowing Paris has excellent outdoor stores, we take the chance to upgrade his mat and pass the old one on to someone in need. After finding a better mat, we set out to give the old one away. In a city like Paris, this seems straightforward, with many people living on benches or under overpasses. However, to our surprise, no one accepts it. Even city wardens have no clear suggestion on where to leave it. In the end, Wim places the mat on top of a donation container, hoping it will find its way to someone who needs it. Slightly disappointed that our good deed didn't go as planned, we hop back on our bikes and continue our journey. Leaving the vibrant heart of Paris, we find ourselves on the Coulée Verte, a lush greenway that feels worlds away from the city's chaos. The hum of traffic fades, replaced by birdsong and the rustle of leaves. This peaceful path offers a gentle transition, allowing us to carry a piece of calm with us as we move on from the lively streets of the French capital.
Ze zal het waarschijnlijk niet toegeven, maar Leen had echt wel last van zadelpijn tegen het einde van de dag. Dus ik had een hutje geboekt als verrassing, zodat ze toch iets comfortabeler zou kunnen slapen en hopelijk wat zou kunnen herstellen tegen de volgende dag.
Relief washes over me when Wim announces that he has booked a charming hobbit house just outside Paris, nestled in what he promises is real greenery. After bumping down a dirt road, we arrive at a grand white gate. Beyond it lies our little oasis, and 2 dromedaries grazing in a nearby field. Our host even assembles a barbecue for us. We had been dreaming of grilled meats all day and had already picked up some supplies en route. When the bacon and sausages are ready, I sink into a chair outside, surrounded by lush greenery. I place a cushion beneath my sore backside and, at last, take a deep, contented breath. After the chaos of the day, I have finally found my